Good morning, students. Next is the bullion loan. Now, when bank should give, have to ensure that the party pledging the gold or a silver. Bullions means what? Precious jewelries. Okay, जैसे कि gold, silver, these are precious, right? Platinum and all these are precious ones. So they are known as bullion. So on gold and silver, bank क्या करते हैं? They give loan also by pledging what? Gold and silver bullions is its owner. Okay. Now these bullion should be properly appraised by the appraiser of the bank. Okay, they should be weighted and description and weight should be noted in the appraiser's report. Now the purity of gold, rate per gram and the estimated value are also to be entered in the report, which should be signed duly by him. Okay. Now the banker also should see that the valuations made is fair and the gross weight noted is accurate. A margin of at least 25% should be kept on the valuation mode in the matter of documentations, and the bank takes a letter of absolute ownership, a promote and a letter of pledge from the borrower. Even if the promote becomes time bearer, the bank can proceed against the party on the basis of the right of charge against the security. Next is precautions to be taken by the banker while taking bullion loan security for advances. Okay, now when bank gives loan or advances against bullion, that is gold and silver, they should take following precautions. Okay, that is, first is ownership. Now it should be ascertained whether the ornaments brought for pledge belong to the borrower. Okay, borrower को belong करते हैं या नहीं, ये find out करना है. The bank should insist on proper introduction of the borrower before granting loan against the gold ornaments. Okay. Second is appraised by competent person. The article proposed to be pledged should be appraised by the competent person appointed by the bank. Okay. For the purpose, the appraiser should fill in the details such as gross weight, net weight, after making due allowances for stones, thread or strings, wax, etc. Okay, so this should be taken. The net value have to be realized. Okay, so rate at which they have been valued and the estimated value. In case of gold bar, etc., the marking of the recognized bullion dealer should be examined. Okay. Second is issued token. Now when the entire loan is repaid by the borrower, the banker should insist on the return of the token issued by it. Okay, take out the ornament from the safe after making the necessary entries in the document register. The borrower should be asked to sign in the gold loan pledged in the token or have received back the ornaments. Okay, the document executed by the borrower should also be taken out and a remark account close should be made on each of them under authentication. Okay, allow partial delivery. Now when there is partial repayment of advances, the bank should not normally allow partial delivery of the ornament pledged to it. In case such a delivery is essential, the bank should ensure that the value of the remaining articles will be sufficient to cover the outstanding balances in the account. Next is gold loan ledger. Now ornament should be delivered to the borrower himself on the repayment of the bank's dues against his acknowledgement in the gold loan ledger. Okay, in case the borrower is unable to take delivery of ornaments personally but has authorized the third party to take delivery, the bank should obtain a specific letter, okay, of the authority from the borrower whose signature be carefully verified. From the person presenting such letter should be properly identified, and the ornament may be delivered on obtaining customer signature in gold loan ledger, etc. These are the things that when they give loan on bullion, that is gold और silver के ऊपर अगर लोन दे रहे हैं First thing is they should check the ownership. Second is appraised by competent person. Okay, जो loan दे रहे हैं that is a competent person. Then issued token. Okay, that should be taken care. Allow partial delivery and gold loan ledger. Okay, that should be maintained when they are giving loan on bullions. Second is advances against supply bill. Now when bank grants advances also on the security of supply bill, the bills are furnished by the person who supplies goods, okay, articles or materials to various departments of the government or semi-government bodies, companies, etc. Okay, by those contractors who undertake government contract work. Now precautions to be taken by the banker. Okay, it takes following precautions by the banker, that is directions for granting credit. Now banker should grant credit limit against supply bill to only honest suppliers, contractors having sufficient experience in business concern. Okay, that person should shall give the credit facility. Okay, next is scrutiny of contracts. Now banker should examine the contract earned in between the supplier and the government department and scrutinize the terms and conditions to complied with by the supplier for submitting his supply bill. Next is power of attorney. Now the supplier or contractor should be required to execute an irrevocable power of attorney in favor of bankers, authorizing the bank to receive the amount of the bill directly from the purchaser. Okay, the power of attorney should be filled with the department. नेक्स्ट इज सप्लायर्स लेटर ऑफ अथॉरिटी. ना बैंकर ने क्या करना चाहिए, दे शुड टेक फ्रॉम द सप्लायर्स अ लेटर ऑफ अथॉरिटी एड्रेस टू परचेजर्स आस्किंग to send the proceeds of the bill drawn on him, whether sent directly or through the bank name thereon, and not to make any adjustments in the amount of bill in respect of any amount due to him from the supplier. Okay, these instructions are not to be cancelled without the written consent of the banker. One copy each of the letter duly acknowledged by the purchaser should be delivered to the bank and the supplier. Next is direct payment by suppliers to banker. The supplier contract should also be required to give an undertaking to repay to the banker any amount received by him directly by the department in respect of his bill entrusted to the banker for collection. Next is scrutiny of supply bill. So when a supply bill are submitted to the banker, they should be scrutinized on the following points. That is confirmation. First thing is what? Confirmation. Now the bill should be confirmed to the delivery note or inspection note, the particularly of the goods supplied as a given in both the document must tally. Next is signature. Now the inspection note or the delivery note should be duly signed by the purchaser. जो भी purchaser है, they has to sign the delivery or the note. Okay, or his authorized representative. The banker should for this purpose obtain the signature of both the parties. Okay, for his own record. Next is date. ओके ना बिल जो बिल है ओके डिलीवरी नोट और इंस्पेक्शन नोट शुड बेयर एन ओल्ड डेट. ओके द बैंकर शुड ऑल्सो असर्टन दैट दिस डॉक्यूमेंट, ये जो डॉक्यूमेंट है document are not the same, okay, which are returned back by the purchaser earlier. Okay, next is dispatch. The banker should ascertain that the goods are dispatched against the firm order. Okay, there must be same proof of dispatch. जो proof of dispatch है, it should be same of the goods and details of railway or receipt should be ascertained. Next is endorsement. Endorsement. The bill must be duly endorsed in favor of the banker. Next is amount. The amount of bill should not be larger than the value of goods supplied. Okay, जो goods supply किए जाते हैं उससे वो ज़्यादा नहीं Now, the amount of bill should not be larger than the value of goods supplied. Next is advances. Now, any amount received in advance by the supplier must be clearly shown in invoice. Okay, जो invoice है उसमें वो details पूरे रहने चाहिए. Now, necessity of margin. Now, banker should against the supply bill should keep a margin of 10 to 25%. Okay, that should be the margin. Okay, the necessary because the suppliers are often not passed by the payment of their full value. Deductions are made on the account. Now, the necessity of margin. The banker should keep against the bill a margin of 10 to 25%. So, it is necessary because the supply bill are often not passed by the payment of their full value. Okay, and deductions जो भी है, whatever deductions are made on the account of partial rejection of goods supplied over payment made in past. So, advance payments made to the supplier or for the any similar reason, bank should charge their commission and other expenses separately. Next is crediting the customer. So when the banker जो है receives an advice regarding realization of supply bill, the amount is credited to the cash credit account on the customer. Next is regularization of account by supplier. Now if the supply bill is returned unpaid, okay, अगर वो bill है which is unpaid, okay, whatever amount is there, if it is unpaid, then if the purchaser has not paid the bill to its full extent, okay, then the banker should ask the supplier to regularize the account, okay, to make the payment. So for this purpose, banker may accept a fresh bill drawn on the same purchaser, but in respect of another dispatch of goods or in case of banker should accept the same unpaid bill again, okay. So it should be returned to the customer after the account has been regularized. नेक्स्ट इज एडवांसेस अगेंस्ट लाइफ इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी. LIC के ऊपर भी कई बैंक क्या करते हैं, दे गिव लोन. सो LIC पॉलिसी इज अ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बिटवीन द इंश्योर्ड एंड द इंश्योरर, ओके, इन विच द इंश्योरर जो है promises to pay a specific amount after the expiry of certain prior period on the death of the assured. In India, there are several kinds of LIC policies, okay, so that are issued to suit the needs of different classes of people. For example, endorsement, multi-purpose, educational and fixed term, marriage endowment policies. Its primary and main objective is to make provision for old age for the insured to support his dependent upon his after death. Next, precautions to be taken by banker. Now it includes following precautions, okay, that is existence of insurable interest. Now who is having an insurable interest? So insurable interest means what? It means monetary interest on the life assured, okay. So insurable interest exists in one's own life or life of his family members who supports him, okay. So the third party may also be insured, thus the banker must acquire it to safeguard himself in case of default made by the borrower. नेक्स्ट इज प्रूफ ऑफ एज एडमिटेड बाय LIC. ना जो बैंकर है ही मस्ट सी दैट द एज एडमिटेड बाय LIC इज ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ ईदर द बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट और द हॉरोस्कोप एंड द सेम हैज़ बीन properly recorded on the policy itself or by separate letter. Otherwise the banker must insist the customer to do so before sanctioning loan to him. Next is preference to endowment policy. Now whatever preference are there, okay, endowment policy should be preferred by the banker because it matures at a certain date and on death of the assured whichever is earlier. So while other matures, only the death of the insured should be mattered. Next is ascertain the surrender value. Now ascertain the surrender value. So it should be ascertained by the banker before granting loan. He must also keep margin of 5 to 10% on the surrender value. Okay, whatever the surrender value hai, that margin should be 5 to 10%. Okay, creation of charge over a policy. So charge over a policy can be made by two ways, that is by assignment, that is by this the insured assigns the policy in favor of the bank. Okay, so in this case no stamp duty is required. A notice of assignment with a triplet copy signed by the insured is to be sent to the LIC. Now the bank should confirm from the LIC that there is no prior encumbrances or any charge in this policy. Okay, that should be made clear by the banker. Okay, and the LIC both should do clear that there is no charge over this policy. Then next is by equitable mortgage. Now the policy members is deposited with the banker with a letter containing the promise to assign it to the banker. Okay, so this should be confirmed by the LIC. Next is payment of premium. Okay, the banker what he should do, he should ask for the receipt issued by the LIC, otherwise the banker will not get the surrender value in case of borrower makes a default in payment of premium. Next is advances against share. Now bank gives advances against the corporate securities, which includes the equity and preference shares. Okay, now equity shares are the shares for which the rate of dividend is not fixed, and they get every right after preferential share. They also get the all the profits as a dividend after the payment of it to its preference shareholders. So they have got the willing power in the board of directors meeting, and the preference shares are the shares that contains preferential right to the holders over the equity shareholders. Okay, a fixed rate of dividend is paid on these shares, and it is paid before the dividend paid on equity shares. They may be cumulative or non-cumulative, redeemable or non-redeemable, convertible or non-convertible. Now what precaution should be taken by the banker? So include following precaution, that is conditions for acceptance of shares. So only shares standing in the name of the borrower जो है वो should be accepted. Otherwise bankers must insist the following. Okay, now that following should be insisted, that is the third party should sign the transfer form in presence of the bank official. Okay, जो bank official है उनके सामने what they have to do, they have to sign for the transfer form. Okay, the letter of renewation should be taken from the third party. Okay, the letter should be taken from the third party authorizing the borrower to pledge the shares. Next is the interbank transfer form should be sufficient number, and in case of large number of the shares for the easy transfer of shares. Okay, that should be taken. Next is precautions against prior charge. Now जो banker है must send a letter to the company informing that the charge over the asset has been created. Okay, and in favor of banker it is essential to safeguard the interest of the bankers against. Okay, that is any prior charge over the shares, issue of duplicate copy of share certificate. नेक्स्ट इज रिटेंशन ऑफ शेयर्स. ना बैंकर ने क्या करना चाहिए, ही मस्ट रिटेन द शेयर्स इन पोजेशन टिल द अमाउंट ऑफ लोन इज रीपेड. ऑथराइजेशन टू सेल. नाउ द बोरोवर जो है दे मस्ट साइन अ मेमोरेंडम ऑथराइजिंग द बैंकर टू सेल द सिक्योरिटीज इन केस. ओके, द बोरोवर डिफॉल्ट्स इन मेकिंग payment. Okay, if the borrower defaults in making payment, then there should be authorization to sell. That a memorandum should be signed by the borrower. Then authorization for payment of dividend. Now borrower should also authorize the company in writing to pay dividend or anything that to the banker. Next is eligibility for advance payment. Now whatever advances against the shares must be granted only to those who are able to pay up the margin without delay. Okay, and even if the shares fall sharply, generally 50% of the margin should be maintained. Next is easy saleability of shares. Now see that the shares can be sold easily. Okay, it depends on the company. Banker should take the following precautions while selecting the shares. That is the nature of the company, what kind of the company it is. It must be taken into consideration, because if the nature of the company is favorable, there is high security of the bank. Okay, if it is not favorable, then bank may go into losses if company comes into losses. Next is competence management. Now if the management of the company is there, and if it is competent, and if the manager personnel जो है have a good reputation in commercial sector, then the bank can select the shares of such company for granting loans against them. Okay, fast financial result. Now this will help the banker in selection of shares. Okay, for this he may study the accounts of the company thoroughly, and the rate of dividend declared by the company in the past will help the bank to know about the financial status of the company. So these are the three things, that is when there is easy sellability of shares. Now the last part is when the advances are given against the agricultural produce. Okay, now instead of providing loans to the farmers, okay, on the security of agricultural land or another immovable property, the loan is given on the security of the crop that are produced, that is called as crop insurance scheme. Okay, यहाँ पे लैंड, या अगर लैंड पे दिया तो लैंड चला जाए तो फार्मर में कम इन टू लॉस. ओके, ही मे एंड अप हिज लाइफ ऑल्सो. देर आर मेनी केसेस दैट हैड हैपन. सो इसीलिए ये नया स्कीम लाया है, क्रॉप स्कीम, जहाँ पे क्या करते हैं, दे गिव लोन ऑन द क्रॉप. सो नो सेपरेट सिक्योरिटी इज रिक्वायर्ड. द एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोड्यूस जो भी है, ओके, वट एवर एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोड्यूस है. Now whatever agricultural produce है, like for example paddy, wheat, sugar cane, groundnuts जो भी है, plus cotton, jute, coir, salt, seed, on this they will give the loan. Okay, next is precautions. Now banker जो है has to take following precautions in case of advances against agricultural produce, that is honesty of the borrower. Now honesty and trustworthiness of the borrowers should be examined. Okay, so as to remove the possible frauds. Okay, next is marketability of products. Okay, now the banker should see that a goods pledge have a steady market. Okay, now goods with less elastic demand, okay, or better for giving advances against them. Next is conditions of storage. Now whatever goods are there, they should be stored in the godown in a good conditions. Okay, जो conditions are, it should be very good. Okay, so which are free from dampness and have are in a safe place. Next is manner of storage. Now goods should be stored in such a way that the verification of the quantities, जो भी quantity है, quality है, that should be facilitated. Lots for different qualities should be made. नेक्स्ट इज नॉलेज ऑफ मार्केट प्राइसेस. ना बैंकर ने क्या करना चाहिए, दे शुड पोजेस अ प्रॉपर एंड अप टू डेट नॉलेज मार्केट प्राइसेस ऑफ वैल्यूएशन ऑफ गुड्स. ओके, सो ओरिजिनल इनवॉइसेस और कॉपीज देयर ऑफ शुड बी obtained by the banker, and the invoice value or the market value should be based for valuation. नेक्स्ट इज डैमेज स्टॉक. ओके, द बैंकर जो है शुड नॉट एक्सेप्ट ओल्ड, डैमेज और रिजेक्टेड स्टॉक. फ्रेश इजीली सेलेबल स्टॉक ऑफ ओरिजिनल पैकिंग शुड बी एक्सेप्टेड बाय द बैंकर. नेक्स्ट इज कंडीशंस फॉर टेकिंग डिलीवरी. ना बैंकर जो है दे शुड टेक द डिलीवरी ऑफ गुड्स बिफोर सैंक्शनिंग द लोन, एंड द गुड्स शुड बी ट्रांसफर्ड to the godown of the bank, or banker can take a key of the godown from the borrower. Okay, next is time for signing contract. A contract should be signed at the time of accepting security. नेक्स्ट इज मैचिंग विथ इन्वॉइसेस ना बैंकर जो है शुड वेरीफाई वेदर द गुड्स टैली विद द रिस्पेक्टिव इन्वॉइसेस और वेदर दे आर इन ऑर्डर और इन केस ऑफ क्वांटिटी और क्वालिटी और नॉट. Okay. Next is insurance. Now insurance of the good pledged with the bank must be made against the risk of fire, riots, etc. Adequate margin should be maintained. So in spite of careful valuation of the risk of loss due to price fluctuation cannot be ruled out. Okay, so sufficient margin should be kept by the banker. So these are the points that are very important. Okay, for so what we have learned in today's class, that is bullion loan. Okay, what precaution should be taken, that is banker जो है they have to see the ownership. Second is appraised by the competent person, issued token, allow partial delivery, gold loan ledger. Then we have to see advances against supply bill. So what precaution should be taken, direction for granting credit, security of scrutiny of contracts, power of attorney, suppliers letter of authority, direct payment of suppliers to bankers, scrutiny of supply bill, that is confirmation, then signature, date, dispatch, endorsement, and advances. Then the second thing is necessity of margin, crediting the customer, regularization of account by supplier. Next is when advances are given against the life insurance policy. So what precaution should be taken by the banker, that is existence of insurable interest, proof of age admitted by LIC, preference to endowment policies, ascertain the surrender value, creation of charge over the policy, that is by assignment, by equitable mortgage, payment of premium. Next is advances against shares. Okay, so what precaution should be taken, that is conditions for acceptance of shares, then precautions against prior charge. Okay, and that prior charge precautions कौन से लेने चाहिए, retention of shares, authorization to sell, authorization for payment of dividend, eligibility for advance payment, easy sellability of shares, nature of company. Okay, the competence management and fast financial result. Next is advances against agricultural produce, that is what precaution should be taken, honesty of borrower, marketability of product, conditions of product storage, then manner of storage, knowledge of market prices, damaged stock, conditions for taking delivery, time for signing contract, matching with invoices, insurance, and adequate margin. So these are the things that should be taken care when they are granting loans, or what precautions should be taken. Okay, so this is a very lengthy question. Okay, in that we have seen many things. Okay, बहुत सारी चीज़ें देखी हम लोगों ने कि अगर एडवांसेस अगर डॉक्यूमेंट ऑफ टाइटल है, सो व्हाट प्रिकॉशन शुड बी टेकन. ओके, जैसे कि स्क्रूटिनी ऑफ द सिक्योरिटी डॉक्यूमेंट, जेन्युइननेस ऑफ द डॉक्यूमेंट, प्रेजुडाइज रिमार्क ऑफ द डॉक्यूमेंट, इंश्योरेंस, पैकिंग सर्टिफिकेट, authority to sell goods, actual identity to be verified, confirmation of the title holder, release of receipt. Okay, then when the advances are against real estate, so what precaution should be taken, that is financial soundness of the borrower, examination of document of title, investigation of prior charge over the property, valuation of the property, sufficient margin is to be maintained, property must be insured, registration of legal mortgages. Then if the advances are against FD, okay, FD के against है, then precautions क्या है, that should be discharge condition कैसी है, then procedure for special deposit, right of set off, signature of partners, board resolutions, precautions against duplication, deposits in the name of minor, limits for NRI. Okay, that should be taken. So these are the things that are very important, and we have seen many other things. So in the next class we will see what are the current issues in the banking sector. Banking sector में कौन से current issues है, that we are going to learn in detail.